My name is Lauren Waddell. As a community environmental activist, I would like to ask you ladies some questions regarding your knowledge on the Rockwell International Wheel and Trim site, as well as the Airco site. But first, can you please introduce yourselves?
Hello, I am Rachel Wilson, the Community Health Representative.
Hi, I'm Samantha Jones, the Community Outreach Coordinator for the EPA.
Hi, I'm Cameron Travers. I'm the EPA Regional Scientist.
As my first question, I would like to ask, will you please describe the Rockwell International Wheel and Trim Superfund site for me, please?
The Rockwell International Wheel and Trim was a wheel cover manufacturing and chrome plating facility. Although chrome plating operations ceased in 2001, Granada Manufacturing continued to make wheel covers and trim at the manufacturing plant. In 2005, portions of the plant were leased to Ice Industries, Inc., which converted the facility to a metal stamping plant and renamed the business Granada Stamping and Assembly, Inc. The business is currently called Ice Industries Granada.
There was waste generated during the wheel cover manufacturing and chrome plating operations. These operations produce hazardous chemicals such as chrome plating sludge, solvent spill bottoms, buffing compound, paint sludge, waste oil, corrosive alkaline wash waters, metal shavings, as well as other waste products. Past operations, spills, and waste handling practices have resulted in groundwater, surface water, soil, and indoor contamination with trichloroethylene (TCE) and related compounds. The indoor air contamination is within the manufacturing plant building. However, a treatment system is currently operating to keep contamination below risk thresholds.
Wastes were disposed into the wetland areas which contaminated with TCE and hexavalent chromium.
What is TCE? And is it harmful?
TCE is a clear toxic chemical that is colorless liquid and has a sweet odor and evaporates quickly. It was a major health concern in the Rockwell plant until use of it was discontinued in 1992.
Yes, but although TCE is no longer used at this Superfund site, there are still substantial levels of it in the soil and groundwater around the area.
Why is TCE so hazardous to humans?
TCE has a few health concerns, one of them being development of the fetus in a vulnerable population of pregnant women. Even short-term exposure can have negative effects on the developing fetus.
Larger intake of TCE can cause even more serious problems, such as respiratory issues, skin irritation, and central nervous system problems.
This is an example of environmental justice because it is our goal as public health professionals to make sure that we protect the communities around these Superfund sites.
So, what is being done to clean up the site?
The site is being cleaned up with the help of public health professionals, such as ourselves. The main goal is to improve the permeable reactive barrier, which is used to treat the groundwater and around the Superfund site. The EPA received the PRB pilot study work plan in March of 2016 and approved it in April of 2016. Work began in May of 2016 and is still ongoing.
Another main goal is to try to reduce the concentration of TCE in the air, water, and soil around the plant. The EPA is in an ongoing battle to ban the use of TCE vapor altogether.
And why is this an environmental justice issue?
Our goal is to keep communities safe and make sure that there is justice for everyone involved with keeping the Rockwell plant clean, even though there are high levels of TCE in the air and under the concrete of this plant. The EPA is making sure that the surrounding communities are safe.
Now, to shift directions a little bit, I would like to discuss the Airco site. What are the risks at this site?
At the Airco site, you could suffer from health risk from ingesting or touching the contaminants in the soil or groundwater. But the site had an effective cleanup which stopped the contamination from spreading. Essentially, there are no health risks if you do not consume the groundwater or touch the soil. The site is not ready for anticipated use. There has been required land use restrictions and controls put into place.
Human exposure is under control, meaning that there is no human exposure pathways and that the EPA approved that the site is safe for human exposure. The groundwater migration is under control as well. The EPA has determined that the contaminated groundwater is stabilized and that the contaminated water stays in one area. Construction on the area is complete for the entire site.
And like I asked before about the other site, what's being done to clean up in this area?
There was a long-term solution in 1988 which included developing a system to remove leachate in landfill area. Leachate is water that filters contaminants as it passes through the contaminated material. Other cleanup activities are making a flood protection dike around the landfill to help the landfill cap, and pumping contaminated groundwater and treating it by air stripping and monitoring the groundwater.
In 1992, the groundwater was being treated by the installation of 5 groundwater extraction wells that pulled the contaminated groundwater from beneath the land to stop it from further spreading into the Tennessee River.
The PRP started quite a few cleanup activities that was required by the ROD. The activities were construction of flood protection dike, improving the existing landfill cap, installing the leachate and groundwater removal systems, mixing the surface soil and drainage ditch from sediment, and building site fencing. The EPA are continuing to protect people and the environment from the site contamination with continued treatment and monitoring of groundwater and the use of fossil fuels.
As of today, what's the current status of your co?
The site had its second 5-year review in 2006, and it has been found that the cleanup actions meet the standards that protect people and the environment.
The 5-year review done in 2011 was consistent with the review done in 2006. The EPA is currently evaluating a report that discusses whether PRP should change their cleanup site.
Currently, activity and use limitations with EPA cause institutional controls are active. Institutional controls are an important role in site reviews because they reduce contamination exposure by minimizing land and resources.
And for other activists like myself, how can the public get involved?
The EPA hosts a range of community involvement to receive input and make sure the public stays informed about the site activities and about the cleaning process. Some outreach efforts are fact sheets, public notices, and public meetings.
And since 2010, the EPA hosted a public meeting that held fact sheets with the site updates, and there was a briefing at the Calvert City Council members and the Calvert City Technical Advisory Board.
Thank you, ladies, for your insight. Thanks and have a great day.